In a super mystical frequency right now. Today is the second born day for Kim Porter. This is the day that she passed. And I'm just like in my backyard and I'm giving thanks.
As the mother of a now 16-year-old.
Who I met backstage,
He did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Wendy Williams said Beyoncé used a secret surrogate. She said Diddy was connected to his late wife's death. The internet ran with both stories for years. So we pulled the actual autopsy report, the actual interviews, and the actual timeline. What we found wasn't a cover-up. It was something almost nobody expected. 2 rumors. 2 famous names. 1 talk show host who never stopped talking. For over a decade, Wendy Williams hinted at secrets about Beyoncé and about Sean Diddy Combs. She never gave hard proof. She gave hints, looks, and, you didn't hear it from me. People believed her anyway. Why? Because Wendy built her whole career being right about things nobody else would say out loud. But here's the question nobody asked. Was she actually right this time? We're going to walk through both rumors. The surrogate. And the death. And by the end, you'll see exactly where the story splits from the facts. That split might surprise you. Let's start with Beyoncé. Back in 2011, Beyoncé was pregnant with her first daughter. She did an interview on an Australian talk show. She sat down, and for a second, her stomach looked like it folded. That clip spread everywhere. People said the bump was fake. They said she was hiding a secret surrogate. Wendy Williams jumped on it fast. She didn't just report the rumor. She predicted details. She said the birth would happen at home, with only a few people in the room. It sounded specific. It sounded like inside knowledge. But here's what most people forget to check. Beyoncé gave birth to Blue Ivy a few months later. There were hospital records. There were witnesses. There was a birth certificate. So what actually caused that bump to look strange on camera? We checked. Clothing. That's it. That's the explanation doctors and stylists gave at the time. Structured fabric, especially with a seam down the middle, can fold strangely when someone sits. Add stage lighting and a low camera angle, and a normal stomach can look like it's collapsing. This isn't a guess. Other pregnant women recreated the same look on camera, sitting the same way, in similar outfits. The fold happened every time. No surrogate required. So the viral clip was real. The fold was real. But the explanation Wendy gave never had anything backing it beyond suspicion. No leaked documents. No hospital insider. No surrogate ever named. Just a feeling, dressed up as a fact. And that pattern. It's about to repeat with something far more serious. In November 2018, Kim Porter died suddenly. She was 47 years old. She was the mother of 3 of Diddy's children. At first, her cause of death was listed as deferred. That word alone fed a wildfire of rumors. Deferred sounded like a cover-up. People online jumped straight to poison. Straight to murder. Straight to Diddy. Wendy Williams posted condolences publicly, but in later interviews, she pushed the idea that something deeper was being hidden. So what actually happened during that deferred period? Medical examiners often delay a final ruling when they need more lab work. That's normal procedure for sudden deaths, especially in younger people. It's not unusual. It's not suspicious by itself. But the internet doesn't wait for lab results. The internet fills gaps with fear. And 2 months later, the official report came back. It said something almost nobody expected. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner determined that Kim Porter died from lobar pneumonia, and her death was certified as natural. Lobar pneumonia is a severe lung infection. Toxicology tests came back completely negative for drugs or toxins, and there were 0 signs of trauma or foul play. According to reports, Porter had developed flu-like symptoms about a week before she passed, including a sore throat and a rising fever. That's the part true crime content almost never shows you. Pneumonia isn't always dramatic. Sometimes a person seems to be improving, and then their body suddenly can't keep up. No poisoning. No staged scene. No replaced coroner with a different conclusion. So if the medical record is this clear, why did the murder theory spread so far? The answer involves someone very close to Kim Porter. And his story is more complicated than the headlines made it sound. Albie sure dated Kim Porter years earlier. He's the father of her oldest son. In 2022, he suffered a serious health crisis of his own, multiple organ failure that nearly killed him. He later wrote a book hinting that his collapse and Kim's death might be connected to Diddy. That's a powerful story. A grieving father, a near-death experience, a theory that ties it all together. But here's what matters. When Albie sure called for a new investigation into Kim's death in 2024, he alleged that her computer and devices had gone missing. No authority ever confirmed any theft or missing evidence. A claim was made. It was never verified. Those are two very different things, and content like this often blurs them on purpose. So we're left with grief, suspicion, and a theory. Not proof. There's one more piece of this that almost nobody checks. You've probably heard that Kim Porter wrote a tell-all book before she died. One exposing Diddy's secrets. In October 2024, a book did surface online. It was titled with her name attached. People shared it everywhere as proof she'd been silenced before publication. Porter's own children released a statement calling the claims that their mother wrote a book simply untrue. The book was later confirmed to be fabricated, and the publisher couldn't verify it was real. So the document fueling years of "she knew too much" content wasn't written by Kim Porter at all. It's worth sitting with that for a second. An entire narrative, repeated across hundreds of videos, traced back to something her own kids said never existed. That's not a smoking gun. That's the opposite. So if the book is fake and the autopsy is natural causes, where does that leave Wendy? This is the part most reaction videos skip entirely. Since 2022, Wendy Williams has been under a court-ordered guardianship in New York. It was based largely on a diagnosis of frontotemporal dementia, a condition that affects memory, judgment, and speech. Inside Radio. In late 2025, a new neurological evaluation reportedly found no signs of that condition after all. Think about that timeline. Many of Wendy's most dramatic claims happened during years when her own mental health and decision-making were already the subject of a legal battle. That doesn't make her a liar. But its context every single conspiracy video conveniently leaves out. A guardianship doesn't prove she was wrong about Beyoncé or Diddy. But it does explain something else. Something about why these stories spread the way they did. The baby bump fold had a wardrobe explanation, confirmed by basic physics, not a hidden surrogate. Kim Porter's death was ruled natural, with clean toxicology and zero signs of trauma. The tell-all book her family says never existed. And the woman who pushed many of these claims has spent recent years fighting to prove her own mind hasn't failed her. None of that is as exciting as a cover-up. But it's what's actually documented. So next time a video tells you something was leaked, ask one simple question. Leaked by who? Verified by what? Because somewhere between a folded shirt and a court filing, an entire mythology got built. And almost nobody bothered to check if it was true.